Hello students, we are studying the chapter biological classification. That biological classification includes five kingdoms of classification: kingdom Monera, Protista, Mycota, Plantae, and Animalia. That characteristics along with examples we are going to study in this chapter, that is biological classification. Already 2 classes have been completed regarding biological classification. This is the 3rd class, that is biological classification. We have started Monera. Under Monera, the bacteria organisms will come. The prokaryotic organisms called as microorganisms will come. The Monera, which includes the groups like Archibacteria, Eubacteria, Cyanobacteria. Okay, that one we have to study. In last class we have studied Archibacteria. Archibacteria is it's not like bacteria. It is somewhat different from bacterial organism, which means their cell wall is different. Their cell wall is not made up of a murin, special type of proteinaceous sheet is said to be made up of, and their cell organization also, their cell structure also different. Okay, so they are called as, they are the primitive microorganisms under bacteria. But in today's class we can go with the eubacteria. Eubacteria are the true bacteria. Eubacteria are the true bacteria that contain a cell wall. And the cell wall is made up of a murin. Murin is nothing but cell wall component, also called as peptidoglycan. Nothing but proteinaceous sheet which is made up of amino acid, and it also contains flagellum. Flagellum is it's like a thread-like structure. With the help of flagellum only the motility is going to take place. Motile is nothing but movement. With the help of flagellum, like hair-like structure, the movement is going to take place. There are 2 types of bacteria. One is under eubacteria, 2 types. That is true. One is bacteria and another one is cyanobacteria. Now we can study the bacteria. True bacteria we are going to study. This is the ultrastructure of bacterial cell. Bacteria are the prokaryotic organisms. They are the single-celled organisms. Why they are called as prokaryotic organism means that does not contains any true nucleus. But they contain everything: cell wall, that is DNA, ribosomes, cell organelles, everything that will be contained. This outer layer is called as outer cell membrane. It is made up of 2 membranes. One is outer cell membrane and another one is inner cell membrane. Inside of the inner cell membrane, which contains a cytoplasm, nothing but semi-fluid substance will be present. In that, everything like ribosomes, cell organelles, DNA, okay, like plastids. Plastids are the double chromosomal structures. They are going to replicate itself. They are the double chromosomal structures, and it also contains like this is the flagellum. This is the hair-like structure. This flagellum helps the bacteria for the movement purposes. I told already, very important one. And if you see bacteria, there are different structures. There are 4 different structures. One is cocci type of bacteria. Another one is bacilli. And another one is spirilla and vibria. These are the 4 different structures of bacteria. Based on structure, based on shape, they are categorized into these 4 types: cocci, bacilli, spirilla and vibria. First one is cocci. Cocci are the spherical round like structures. Spherical round like structures like this. Next is bacilli. They are the rod shaped like structures. This is rod shaped like structure. And spirilla. They will be microscopic. Okay, we cannot see so they are called as microorganisms. We cannot see directly, but with the help of microscope we can see this bacilli, which is present in buttermilk. Next is spirilla. It's like spiral-like structure. Next, vibria. It's a comma-shaped structure. These are the 4 types. And if you see the bacterial characteristics, they are the autotrophic or heterotrophic. You know difference between autotrophic and heterotrophic. Auto means self. Selfly they are going to photosynthesize. They are manufacturing their own food. We are calling plants are autotrophic organisms. So like this, in bacteria also, few organisms are autotrophic. Like they can prepare their own food with the help of photosynthetic. So they are also called as photosynthetic organisms or chemosynthetic organisms. Next, they are heterotrophic. It means some bacteria they are going to depending on other organisms for food purpose. So they are called as some are parasites, some are saprophytes. Parasites means which depend on other organisms. But whereas saprophyte means which depend on dead organisms, and they are going to feeding that organism. For example, any dead part which is said to be present on the land means they are going to decompose it. Why? Because breakdown process is going to take place, decomposition by a certain some bacteria. Next, they are used in, what are the uses of bacteria? They are used in antibiotics and also many very important in fixation of nitrogen leguminous plants. In atmosphere, there 78% of nitrogen will be present. That will be fixed by this bacterial organisms. They are also used in antibiotics for the preparation of tablets and or streptokinase, like that. Next is, even they are harmful. They causes diseases in plants, animals, and also human beings. In human beings, they are going to cause cholera, typhoid. If you see in plants, they are going to cause a citrus canker disease. If you see the lemon plant, in lemon plant, the disease is going to attack mostly. That disease is called as citrus canker, which means that if you see the fruit, if you see the lemon fruit, that lemon is surrounded by pattern of lesions on that lemon fruit. That is because of that is called as citrus canker disease only. That will be probably which reduces the yield and the size of that lemon, like that. And if you see the reproduction, and if you see in animals, it is going to cause anthrax disease. Reproduction by binary fission. Binary fission means what? For example, this is one bacterial cell. This is one bacterial cell. This bacterial cell, when it go for reproduction process, that is a sexual reproduction process, this single bacterial cell, when it is said to be mature, it elongates like this, and division is going to take place. Fission means separation. Single cell is said to be separated into two equal halves, and means it is said to be mature. Bi means two. Fission means separation. Two cells are going to separate. That type of reproduction is called as a binary fission. This is all about eubacteria or true bacterial cell. Okay, next we can see. Okay, in next class we can see cyanobacteria.